Hey gang, Taki here in Sri Lanka at the box house with the Fam Bam. I got a question here from Ben who says, one week I get a testimonial, the next week they want to leave. When starting out made a rookie mistake, we didn't have like a contract, mistake, good to fix. Do I let them go or try to save? I feel like they're not telling the truth. They've had their biggest kind of huge result and then here want to quit. What should we do? Okay, so let's talk about some fixes right here. By the way, I know the lighting here isn't super great, but it's cooler because the fans are on. So let's talk about three things. I want to talk to you about two doors and one conversation, Ben. So I'm going to put this around. Okay, so doors. Pink, nice choice. Let's go here. Okay, so first things first. Happy for anyone, like if there's no contract, you can't force someone to leave. But I think the one rule you should make is that you can leave, but I'm the door. So you can't leave by email, but if you want to leave, you've got to come through me. And I don't mean that in a kind of a rude or aggressive way, but you're the exit door. And so what that means is, totally cool for you to wrap up, no worries, but what I would love to do is to have a quick feedback call with you so that I can learn what I need to learn and make this better for others in the future. Does that make sense? So Ben, hopefully that helps, dude. They can leave, but they need to come through you and talk it through that way. I'm just going to pop out here because they're playing chess and it's getting heated. By the way, love this little house made out of shipping containers. Kind of rad. Okay, let's jump in here. Okay, so that's first. I'll talk to you about what to do in that conversation in a second, but before I do, I want to tell you about the other door, which is the one-way door. The other door is this. If they do leave, I think people are either in for life, or they're out. And there's no leaving and coming back. And so your people need to know this for you, like our people know this for us. There's no like, I'm leaving, but I'll come back later. No, dude, if you're out, you're out, and we're not doing this ever again. I think that's just, that's fair to you, and it's fair to them, and it's really, really clear. You're in this thing for life, and if you leave, you're out for life, and there's no coming back. I think, you guys need to know this whole I'll come back later thing is just a softener that people say to make you feel okay about them leaving and kind of justify it in their head as well. If they're out, they're out. They're not coming back. Let's call it what it is, and let's just make it a rule. But the door is a one-way door, and there's no returns. Is that cool? Next thing, and so yeah, like dude, let's not kid around. If you're out, you're out. That's what I'm trying to say there. Okay, so third piece is how to have the actual conversation. This is really important. How to have the conversation. So, which is this kind of feedback conversation. Here are the three things. Like, this is how the conversation starts. Dude, thanks so much for reaching out. I totally get, got your message loud and clear. I think there's probably three things for us to talk about. One is I'd love to get some feedback from you about what went wrong, and so I can kind of learn and do a better job in the future for others. Number two, obviously there's you and me, us working together, and number three, there's you and your business. I'd love this to be, if this is the last time we talk, I'd love to kind of leave in a way that sets you up so you're really clear about where to go from here and what to do next. So these are the three things. Obviously there's you and me and cancelling and all that stuff. Super happy to talk about that. I'd love to get some feedback first about, what went wrong for you in terms of us so I can apologize and put it right for future. Then let's talk about you and your situation. And frankly, here's what we're doing. When you do it like this, notice I didn't say, like I've listed them in that order, but we're going to talk about them in a different order. We're not going to do the cancellation piece First, we're going to do that at the end once we've got some context. Because if there's some specific things which have happened that they didn't like or not happened that they would have liked to have happened, then let's deal with that up front. Let's take the kind of the sting out. Then let's talk about them and their business. Because I bet if you learn about them in this situation, there's a ton of stuff you can do to add value, right? And if there is, let's add that value so they know at least what they need to work on or what you would work on with them in the next 90 days. Because once you've got like some stuff to apologize for and make better, and in terms of the way you deliver the program and some stuff to work on, now there's a context for working together, or at least discussing a working relationship. And so now you can say, dude, okay, this has been really, really helpful. Given what you've told me, I guess we've got a couple of options. Number one, we could totally cancel and walk away like you said. Or number two, it sounds like if we worked on this and that and the other thing, and we changed the way we work together to have a bit more of this and a bit less of that and a bit more of this, then it might be worth continuing to work together, at least for the next 90 days we'll work on these projects. What do you think? Right? Which gives you an opportunity to A, make the program better, B, make it better for them specifically, and C, keep the client. Dude, hopefully that helps. Let's just kind of summarize. Three things here. Oops. Hopefully this helps, dude. Hopefully it's clearish. Number one, yep, totally cool for us to wrap up. But the way we're going to wrap up is through a conversation. So it's not just like, breaking up with somebody by text message, right? And the way we position that is I'd love a feedback call so we can learn what we can learn, so I can make sure that we do an even better job for people in the future. Secondly, in your mind, you just need to be really clear with you and with them that if somebody leaves, they're out for good and there's no coming back. And they need to be clear about that as well as you are. And thirdly, okay, when you get on the call, thanks so much. It sounds like there's three things for us to talk about. Obviously, there's you and me, and working together, or in this case, not working together. There's getting some feedback, so I can make sure that we can do a better job for people in the future. And then there's the third thing is kind of you and your business. If this is the last time we ever talk, I want to make sure we leave on really, really good terms, and I can add a bunch of value so that I know that the last conversation we ever had, we set you up for a really good whatever's next. Does that sound cool? Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, so let's do this. Number one, I'd love to get some feedback from you. Number two, let's talk about you and your business. And then three, let's chat about us and our future or not future. So Ben, hopefully this helps, dude. I think if you do it like this, then not only will you learn great things for your business, number two, you will probably save half of the people who want to leave, and not by tricking